Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, your quick dose of clarity, quick tips, and the spark you need to shine bright. Here's your host, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, Spencer here. Welcome to this episode of the Daily Energize. You know, I don't usually re-record the openings of these. It is what it is. But I've done this one like 5 times. I'm just cracking up because every time it just seems to get worse. So we're going with it. We'll see how this goes for this run. But thank you so much for hopping in, joining me. I hope you had an amazing week. A week that was filled with lots of love, with joy and positives, and any of those hardships that snuck in, and those difficult moments, those valleys. I hope that you were able to breathe through it, take it one step at a time, and take the lessons, but release all of any shame, guilt, heaviness, anxiety, stress, whatever it is. I hope that you're able to release it and let it go. But I am hoping that we can reflect on this week. And so that is my intention for this episode, is to reflect on this week. And I invite you to look back and see what are some things that lit you up in a positive way, not in like pissed you off, like they made you angry and frustrated, but those unexpected moments of joy, right? Those things that brought a smile to your face, that made you happy in the moment. You know, it could be especially like small things, but big things as well. What are some of those moments? I'll give you a moment. Think back on this week. What were some moments that brought you happiness and joy? Sometimes it's music, right? The right song comes on at the right time and it just hits. Sunlight, feeling the warmth of that sunlight. Laughter from a friend, that they're hearing them laugh or you laughing. One of my all-time favorites, a good cup of coffee. Oh, so good. These moments, the moments that lit you up, that made you excited, that brought you joy and happiness and just made your heart smile, those aren't random. Those aren't random moments in our life. They're reminders of alignment, right? They're reminders of the alignment and things in our life, because when we feel that way, all of a sudden we're aligned. We're deeply aligned with things that bring us joy and love. And I understand we can't have that all of the time in our life, as amazing as that would be. Can't have that all the time, but we can tap into those and make sure we're aligned with those more often than not. So I invite you, as you go through today and you go through this weekend, start, quote unquote, capturing these little spark moments, these moments that light you up. You could, every time you experience one, just take your phone out and just in your notes app or wherever, just write it down. Oh, this. Right? It could be like your spark moments, the things that lit you up, or whatever you choose to call it, and just write down, oh, yeah, this song came on. For me, it's I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. I love that song. It makes me happy like every time I hear it. And just other fun little 80s songs. There's so many others out like that. I love so many styles of music. Anyway, so music, right? Or a joke from a friend, or a cup of coffee that just hits. Just write them down. One, because it will start giving you an inventory of things that light you up and excite you, so you can be aware of it. But also, it can be little reminders for you when you look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that joke. Oh, I remember that cup of coffee. And it helps tap back into the feelings, the emotions, that energy that we felt at that time. All right, joy, happiness, it leaves breadcrumbs for us to find it. But we have to first be aware of them and to see these little breadcrumbs so that we can start following them. We can start intentionally experiencing more of them. Because if we're not aware of them, we can't do anything with it. If we're not intentional about taking action with the things, then we just leave it up to happenstance and hope that it happens. And then they kind of do become randomly happening in our life. But they're not random because they're aligned with us. So if we can be intentional about having more aligned moments, more moments that bring us joy, love, inspiration, happiness. And what would your life look like? you experience that. So I invite you, reflect on this week, write down some of those moments, and as you go through today and this weekend, write down those moments. And then Sunday evening, take some time, reflect on them, and see, hey, how can you have some of those moments intentionally this next week? Schedule them, put them in your phone, in your schedule, in your calendar, and intentionally try to see if they bring you the same amount of joy or different, more or less, and just adjust as needed. But joy can be intentionally felt, intentionally savored, if we're aware of it, and we choose to embrace it. So I invite you, become aware and embrace it. All right, thank you so much for hopping in, joining me. Keep being you, keep shining bright. And if this episode or any of the episodes have been valuable for you, if you've gotten a nugget or two or more from them, please share it out. Please share the Daily Energize out with one person, because if we can help them, then we're doing our job, and hopefully they'll share it out with more people, and we can impact the entire world this way. So if you found value, any benefits from this, please share it out. Thank you so much. Keeping you, keep shining bright. And until next time, until next week, I'll catch you later.